Hi stitchy friends, welcome to Cross My Stitches. My name is Jackie and today is November 3rd, 2022. It is a little chilly here in South Central Kentucky this morning. I think it's in the 50s right now and it's supposed to be sunny, probably in the 70s. I don't know. Mother Nature can't make up her mind if she's going to be cold or she's going to be warm. She's going to be cold, she's going to be warm. Just when we think we don't have to mow the yard anymore, here comes warm weather again. And my husband is cursing because he's going to have to get that lawnmower out again. So I'm going to do this standing up today. I figured, okay, I'm going to try doing this standing up. Maybe I have a little more control of what I'm getting and stuff and not feel so awkward. So we'll see. Behind me, you can see I have my Stony Creek Christmas Sentiments is what that one's called. I have my Bird Bath, which is a Charlie Harper up here, and then I have my Crossed Wing Collection. Oh, I can't remember what those birds are. Isn't that horrible? It's a Crossed Wing Collection birds. I'll probably remember halfway through this and I'll blurt it out, but we'll see. We'll see. I don't have a lot of stitching to show this time. I have been working more on my wool applique, and if you can hear in my voice, I have been sick for the last 2 weeks and I can't seem to get rid of it. It seems to hit me more at the night than day. I get that postnasal drip that makes you cough all night and just stuffy, and I don't know. It's almost like an upper respiratory infection. You know, when the cat got back from, we went to Niagara Falls a couple of weeks ago. The cat, Mia, which is our oldest cat, she is 8. We put her in boarding for the first time ever. And I knew she wasn't going to enjoy it because she had never been with strangers before. And so when we got back, as soon as I picked her up and was on the way home, I noticed that she was sneezing. So she had picked up an upper respiratory from the vet that was kenneling her. And she's had hers for 2 weeks now. She's barely eating at times. Times she eats a little more. She's sneezing, and I'm like, and she was laying on me sneezing. So I'm like, okay, the cat gave me upper respiratory. So I've been sick for the last couple of weeks as well. So, and needless to say, Mia was not happy at all when I picked her up because they had a hard time getting her out of the cage and into the kennel so she could be brought home. I almost thought I was going to have to go back there and say, okay, let me get her, let her see me, we'll be okay, because she was hissing and fighting the whole way. So, some stitching done. So we're going to share some stitching today. I'm going to share some wool applique today. I still haven't touched my punch needle. I really need to. One of these days I'll be able to retire and fool around with all these crafts. But right now I have limited time and I have a lot of actual cross stitching that I need to get done. But there's a couple of wool applique things, and I keep starting new projects even with wool applique now. Now I've got 1, 2, 3 projects going in wool applique. So not a good thing. I don't need to have 20 or 30 like in cross stitch, so I need to control myself here and finish one thing at a time before I start another. I did have some questions on my last video, so I wanted to touch base on those first. So Margie and Jeannie both asked me, and I think it's Jeannie or Jean, sorry, about the patterns for the stand-ups. So the Santa pattern is a Lizzie Kate. It's called Needle Nick. So this is it. And these 2 patterns that I'm going to show you are both available on the 123 Stitch site. They have exclusive rights for reprints for Lizzie Kate. So this is Needle Nick. And he came as a full kit. When these first came out in the, I think it was the early 2000s. See if there's a copyright on him, 2003. When these first came out, they all came out as kits. And when I got back into cross-stitching again and I saw one of them, I started hunting down the kits because then you couldn't buy just the patterns. So I did get almost all of them in kits. A few of them, I think Flossie Claus I didn't, I just got a pattern. And that's the original pattern for Flossie Claus, but I didn't have the kit with her, and then I think there's one other that I don't have the entire kit for. But she's called Flossie Kloss again. She's Lizzie Kate. She is on the 123 Stitch site. And they do come, I believe they sell them with some of the embellishments. So it might be the pattern and the embellishments. Or it might be a full kit. I'm not sure because I have not purchased them there. So those are those two. That's the Santa Claus that I showed as a stand-up. The other ones were elves. And I'm trying to see where we're at here. And the elves are by Fancy That, and they are out of print. So let me show them, and then I'll talk about Fancy That and the elves. The first one is the actual one that I showed you. This is Caleb, the Candy Elf. I'm going to try to get the glare off of these. And these are so stinking cute. So Santa is stitched on a 28 count Lugana. That's what I stitched him on. I think he came in the kit with 14 count Ada, which I still have the Ada. I haven't used it. Then I decided to do all the elves in a 36 count. So I knew that they would be smaller than Santa because they're supposed to be elves. So I had to do them just smaller so they really stood out as little elves next to Santa and Mrs. Claus. And Lord knows it's probably going to take me 10 years to get all these done. But, you know, they're on my plans and I've got one done and I'm going to have to start another. And so I'm going to do that. But this is Caleb. He's the Candy Elf. Okay, the next one is the Baking Elf, and she's right here. The next one is the Tree Trimmer Elf, and that's this one here. These are all so cute, you can see. They're just adorable. Their little elf faces looking like they're all like, it's so funny, that's how they all look. Ooh. This one here is the Toy Maker Elf. There's the pattern. I'll move it closer so you guys can see it. This one is the Sleigh Keeper Elf, and it took me a long time to collect these because they were so out of print, and trying to get them at a decent price was not easy. Right now, they are showing on eBay from $30 to $60 some odd for each pattern, which is ridiculous. And then we got Rudy and Rudolph. Rudolph and Rudy the Elf. So there's the pattern. There's Rudy and Rudolph. And then Santa's Workshop Elf. And there's the pattern there. And we'll put it closer so you can see it. And then I have one more, which is the one that's in the bag that's going to be started next. And that is the Postmaster Elf. I'll pull him out of his bag, and there he is there. So I think there's about 7 or 8 of them. And there he is there, Postmaster Elf. So when I was looking on eBay the other day looking for these to find out the pricing and stuff like that, I was like really blown away at how expensive they have gotten. And I'm like, well, nobody will be able to collect those because they're like $30 or more for each pattern. And so I was looking to see, because I also found out that there was some other Fancy That. As I was doing the research for the elves, I started realizing that there were other patterns that I really liked that were Fancy that were discontinued. And one of them happened to be Frankenmonster. So I spot him, and then I started looking for him, and I was able to get him at a shop for the regular retail price of $5. So I ordered that. That's on the way. And then there's some witch ones. There's a, what is it called? It's Witchy Lou, and then the second one is Witchy Lou's sister Sue. So those are 2 others that I haven't been able to find yet. So I went over to the Fancy That website to see if they still had a website, because they listed on the back of the patterns, and to see which other ones. Hopefully they have a picture of their entire catalog so I could at least see what was available and what I was missing that I really thought was cute, would make a cute stand-up. And when I got to their site, I found out that the women that were part of the Fancy That designers, and I can't remember their names off the top of my head, have gotten back together again, and they're going to re-release the elves. Does not say when they will do it. It will be soon, they said, that they'll release the elves and other patterns that have been sought after, which was great news. So for those of you who have really wanted to get the elves, be patient. Don't spend the eBay pricing on these. I'm sorry, I gotta take a drink because I don't want to cough. And be patient, because they did say that they were going to re-release them again. You certainly can go onto their website. It's fancy that, FANCI that.com. I believe that's it. Let's see. Yes, fancythat.com. And at the bottom of the page, they have a link that you can click for their newsletter, so that you can be notified when things come out. So go down. I did it as well because I'm interested in a few of the witchy ones that I was looking for. And put your email address in to get updates. So when they update the website, when they're getting stuff out, then you'll be able to be notified of it. But I thought it was absolutely awesome to see that they were going to re-release the elves, because I know a lot of people had been looking for those for a long time. And you don't have to do that anymore, because they're going to get back together. And they said they have new patterns coming out as well. If I read that correctly, or if I remember correctly, that they have new patterns coming out also, which is an awesome thing. So I'm excited to see that. I can't wait to see if they come out with any new elves so I can add to my collection. But I wanted to share that because Jeannie and Margie asked about it. And so I thought that would be awesome news to share with everybody. So what have I been working on? I have a fully finished to share, so let's talk about that. It's just a small finish, but hey, it's a finish. And it is Glendon Place Winter Bluster. It's a little ornament that when I got finished wasn't so little. So it's actually probably going to be a stand-up. But here he is all done. And just looking adorable. Yep, I love it. He is on a piece of 28 count linen that is a Sue Hillis. It's like a printed. You can see it's all white on this side and it's teal on this side. And I can't remember the name of it. I do. Maybe I have it. Hold on. Hold on. See if it's in here. Yeah, here it is. 28 count Waterfall was the name of the linen. But he just come out so adorable. And I'm going to make him a stand-up, I think. Not a stand-up, but a flat fold. So I'm going to make him a flat fold. He'll go with my snowman display. So absolutely really cute. Came out of Just Cross Stitch magazine. It was a 2016 Christmas ornament issue is what he came out of. So that's my finish. I have just 2 whips to share. I do have another finish, but it's a secret finish, so I can't share it because it's part of a swap, and I know that person watches, so I'm not going to share. I actually have 2 of them, and I don't want to share those on here. One is still a whip in progress. The other one is finished. I just got to get it fully finished. And so the next thing I did, I started my Prairie Schooler, because I said once again, I really need to get my Prairie Schoolers caught up. I did good for a couple of years and then I kind of slacked off. And my goal was to have at least 3 done a year. The current one and then 2 older ones. So I did start number 2021. So he's the one with the forest animals, which I really love. And this is where I'm at with him. I am stitching him on a 36 count flax linen. There he is, and you can see that I changed my raccoon to gray. Because where we are, I have never seen a a brown raccoon. See, he's got a brown, and there are brown raccoons because I looked it up, but we have gray ones. So we had gray ones in Florida, and we have gray ones here. So that's where I'm at with that. He's going to take another day or 2, and I should be able to whip that out and get that done and get on to the next one. And the other thing that I have worked on was my husband's sled stocking. So this is it here. And I'm proud to say that I have all the cross-stitching done on my sled. And I am down to back stitching and the couching. So this is it. I've still got it on the scroll frame. I'm going to leave it on here, but I'm going to hold it up and you will see that all the stitching is complete. Look at that. So the last couple days I've been working on the birds and all the stuff on the bottom there, all the grass showing, and the church is completely done. I finished this all down here in the last couple days. I've been working on putting the back stitching in on the wood, and then I will have the couching to do. So there it is. It is looking so gorgeous. I was hoping to have it done by the 1st, and being sick, it really slowed me down. So now the plan is to have it done by the 15th. So I will be working on that to get it done. My husband's excited to see it and have it done and have it hanging on the mantle this year. So I'm really excited about that. Okay, so the next things I've been working on are my wool whips. So let's share those. The first one I'm doing, and I showed this before, was this table mat that is a fall leaves table mat. It is out of Primitive Quilts and Projects magazine. I think this is 21, yep, fall 2021. And I started doing the stitching around the leaves. I got all the leaves on, and I'm working on the stitching, and I'm kind of stuck. So if you look at it, you can see I have all of the flowers, the yellow in the flowers is all done. All the green leaves are done. And I am on the big leaves, and I'm kind of stuck because here, when you look at this, let me see if I can get this close enough for you to see. When you look at this leaf, that is back stitched, or not back stitched, it has a blanket stitch on it. But you can't even see it because the red of the thread is just blending right in. So I changed it to an orangey red on this one, but I'm still not happy with that. So I'm not sure what I'm going to do. I feel like in the camera it looks just fine. Well, it's a little bright. I thought it was a little bright. It stood out a little much, but you know, I'm looking at it now and I'm thinking it might be okay, because once it goes all the way around, I don't know, and I haven't even done these here yet. So I'm still working on doing and it's a blanket stitch all the way around it. There is some pinwheel stitching that will be done on the sunflower heads, and then there's a bunch of berries that I haven't even put on here yet that go around the edge. And of course then this is the backing fabric that will go around the backing, you know, will go on the edge of it all the way around. So it'll be that color. So I'm excited about it. I'm still trying to work on it as I can. It is a lot easier to do than cross stitch, as far as I don't need to have a magnifier or anything to do it. And I can sit and do this anywhere, because it's just the one stitch that I'm working on right now, which is the blanket stitch. Once I do that, I have some stem stitching to do, some, just like I said, some other stitches. But right now I'm just doing the blanket stitching on it. And it's quite easy and relaxing to do, and not have to have a pattern in front of me, keep looking at a pattern, looking down, looking at a pattern. I know what I'm doing. And my stitching, the stitching is coming out really even. I will say that it's much easier than cross stitch as far as pulling the stitches out. So if you put some stitches in and you don't like them, you can pull them out and you can't even see the holes in wool. So it makes it real easy to pull something out and do it again until you're happy with it. I mean, for that red leaf, I think I've pulled stuff out 3 or 4 times now, because I'm like, that's not right. And it's still, you cannot see where the old stitches were. It's really nice. And it makes great little projects to do. I am working on 2 other projects, and I'm going to share with you, if I can find what I did with the paperwork. Here it is. So I'm doing little rug mats. So they look like, and I'm going to show the pattern only because this is a freebie on shabbyfabrics.com. And so they come like this. You can go on their website and get them. And they sell lots of great patterns, but they have freebies as well. And this is the rug mat that I'm working on right now. And it's just a little, you know, oval coaster for you to put your coffee mug on. So this is what it looks like so far. I've got, this is the size of it. You can see I have some of the stitching done on some of the yellow leaves, but I still have a lot of stitching to go. And it's just a cute little mat that's a nice little gift for somebody. I'm going to put the back, I still have to put the backing on it. There's a butterfly that goes on it. You can see this, the picture, it shows a little butterfly. I'm still debating if I'm going to put the butterfly on or not. But there's so many cute little designs. Besides that one, there's a snowman there, and it comes like this. So it comes with all the pieces separated for you. So you just need to trace them and cut them out. There is this one I got off of, hold on. This is We Folk Art website, and it's a freebie that was a hedgehog. So you can see it's so cute, just a little hedgehog picture. This one's We Folk as well, and it is mittens. You can make little mitten ornaments. This one here is by We Folk, same thing, and it's just leaves that you can applique. And then this here I absolutely love. This is by the Girl Designs. No, Blythe Girl. B-L-Y-T-H-E. Blythe Girl Designs. And it's a little pouch. And it's a lousy picture, but there it is, and it's wool applique. Isn't that adorable? And then there's also, let me see if I have the other picture. Hold on. This is, and she gives you pictures of what it should look like as you're going along, and then she gives you the pattern. Really cute. So I've been working on that, and then I started on this because I found this on Pinterest, and it's just a little Santa star ornament, which was too stinking cute. And on Pinterest, it came with the pattern, but apparently that's not supposed to be on Pinterest, but I didn't realize it until I started researching it to tell you guys where to get the pattern, that it was a copyrighted pattern that shouldn't be on there. But this is my little Santa that I've ironed together. I haven't started any stitching yet, but just too cute. So isn't that a cute little ornament? That is adorable. So I want to make little ornaments. I did order a book off of Amazon, which is Buttermilk Basin's Ornament Extravaganza 2 book, I think is what it is. So I'm excited to make little ornaments. I got to get more wool. I'm running out. And I will tell you that I do buy on Etsy for wool sheets. I mean, they're not 100% wool, but it's wool that is like this here. These are the wool sheets on Etsy. And I find that they're a little bit better quality than ones you get at a Walmart or a Hobby Lobby. So I do that. But I also recycle. So you don't have to spend a lot of money to do wool applique. You can recycle. So I'll show you. I bought a couple of things off of Etsy or off of they have a wool stash unload groups. Just like we have cross stitch groups for unloading and resale, they have them too. So the mat that I'm making, this was a big piece of oatmeal that I had purchased off there. I think I paid $20 for it, and there's still plenty here for me to use. And I had to felt it myself, which is not hard at all. You just do it in a wash machine. So I did that. I got that piece. And then this one I got recently, and it's a creamy yellow. It's quite a large piece as well. And I felted this yesterday. So I threw it in the wash machine and I felted it. And it is a nice thick wool. I was really surprised once it felted up how thick it was. It'll make beautiful backing. But then you can also buy clothes secondhand. I've done that before many times. So this pack of wool, all this brown, came from a jacket. I found a 100% wool jacket, and I cut it up, and I felted it in the washing machine, in the dryer, and now I have a stack of brown, and it cost me $5 or $6 for the jacket, and then I cut it up, and I got wool there, and then I did it again for a black one, and I have a lot of black wool that's got lint on it right now, but I wanted to show you guys, this is the sleeve. I haven't taken this part apart yet. This is the sleeve from it. So I will take that apart and I'll have that nice big long piece. And when you're buying jackets, you just want to make sure that it's not a bunch of seams running down it. You know, it's normally a jacket should have the two side seams And then sometimes it has a seam running down the back. But you want to be careful it's not too many seams, because that means all your pieces will be quite a bit smaller. But this was all out of a jacket, so it's a lot of black. I won't need black for a long time. And then I bought some skirts, because the skirts usually come in 2 pieces. So this was a skirt, and it's still part of a skirt because I haven't finished cutting it all out yet. But look at how pretty that print is. And this is 100% wool. I'm almost sure this one's 100% wool. Do I have a tag still? Let me see. It may, no, it doesn't have a tag. It may not be. Normally when I'm buying wool, I make sure if I can get 100%, that's what I get. I will go as far down as like 75 or 80% wool. I won't go any farther down than that. But this is a beautiful piece. It'll cut up just beautifully. It's a skirt, so I've got 2. You can see it's a nice long, and it cost me like $5 for all that fabric once I cut this up. And I've already felted this. And I did the same thing. This one was 100% wool, and you can tell because it's a thicker one. But this was a skirt as well. And look at that, was one of the panels from the skirt. And of course this is the other one, so it's 2 panels. And that's quite a bit of wool to play with, and it's a green plaid, and it's just beautiful. So the last one I cut up, and I did this yesterday, was a cream colored coat, and it was a down past your knee coat, but it was a petite, and it was only a size 8, I think. Yeah, 8 petite, 100% wool. And this is the wool that I got out of it. So it doesn't seem like a lot. It isn't, because once you cut out through all the stuff, it's not a ton. But for $6 or $7, I got plenty of wool. And I actually decided that I was going to try to dye some. So I took some and put it in some RIT dye, and it was a cocoa brown. And this was the result. So there it is, dyed. Now, of course, I did it. There's another piece here. I was trying to get a color that I could use to make gingerbread men, women, whatever. I wanted to make some gingerbread men ornaments. So I dyed this in the cocoa brown, let it sit for about an hour. What I didn't do is I should have read the bottle of the RIT dye before I did it, because it says if you're dyeing wool to put vinegar in it, which I didn't do. If I put the vinegar in it, it might have held the color a little better. So I may go back today, this afternoon, and re-dye it again and put some vinegar in it and see if it holds the color better. So I can, and it's an experiment. So I want to buy light colored, jackets, coats, whatever, and then be able to dye the colors that I want and not be expensive. It is time consuming if you're buying clothes to repurpose for wool. It takes the time to felt it, to cut it all apart. So, but for me, it's worth it because I don't have the money to spend $50, $60, $70 for a pack of wool. So that was lots of fun, and it's an experiment, and I'm enjoying it. So I'm enjoying my little trip down wool applique and learning how to do those things and make my own stuff that way, which is awesome. And then the last thing, I don't have any haul, nothing whatsoever, except for from the Peddlers Mall in Somerset. So this time I do have a couple more things to show you from the Peddlers Mall that I got that are just absolutely adorable and I couldn't pass up. The best is this, which is a teapot with holly berries, Christmas teapot. And you can see it's a good size, no chips, no nothing, it's beautiful. And if you can see that tag, I paid $4.95. So this is the lady I told you about that I buy from. She is absolutely fabulous with her pricing. It's got like a little leaf thing on the top, and it is just gorgeous. I love this. This will be sitting out on my hutch for Christmas. So it's put in the bottom until I put my Thanksgiving stuff away, and that will be brought out. And then I picked up just these cute little things that I found. These are, they look like handmade acorn ornaments. So there's a green one and a red one. This one has a bow on it and the other one doesn't. It must have had one, it fell off. I'll have to put it back on. But they're all sparkly too. I'm sure you can see that. They were 65 cents a piece. And I was like, oh yes, I'm gonna put those on my Christmas tree. And then I got these pot stickers, which were just adorable. And it was a snowman. Just adorable, made of wool, felt. And a reindeer. And his antlers are made of a piece of wood stuck up there. Right, just adorable. Little bells on their hands and feet. And of course, Santa Claus. So these were not handmade. They are wool felt, but they're not handmade. And because they have labels from a company, but they were 95 cents a piece. So I just thought they were adorable. And I wanted to bring them home. So I did. So I think that's it for now. That's all I've been working on. I'm going to spend the rest of my day today working on my husband's stocking. See how much farther I can get with it. I am off today, and then I go back to work for a couple days, and then I have 2 more days off. So I'm hoping within those 3 days that I have off that I will be able to finish the stocking and then go on the hunt for the backing fabric so I can get that done. I'm still stitching on one secret stitch. I'll continue to work on my Prairie Schooler Santas if I can get him done before the next 2 weeks, and I'll have another one started and I'll share him. I think I'm going to make a couple of those. I showed before, I have them made into, hold on, I'll show you, hold on. This is what I did with my, it's got lint on it, with my Santas. These are the ornaments that I've made so far. And there's like, I have about 6 of them done right now. And I did a video. You'd have to go back and look at my how-to videos on how to make this ornament. And you could probably, use this finishing for anything besides Prairie Schooler Santas, but it's really cute. And I love them and they hang on my tree. But I'm not going to make them all this way. I think I'm going to make some of them into pillows to go into a dough bowl, and then some of them like this. So I think I have like 5 or 6 of them made like this, and 1 more cut up but not put together yet. So go back and look for the video. In fact, I'll post a link to the video below if you're interested in seeing how those were put together. And that's what I'm going to work on. I'm going to work on my Prairie Schooler Santas. I may start the elf. We'll see. I still have to get, and I have been working on, that's another thing I've been working on. I've been working on, I got one more thing to show you. I'm going to put you on hold for a second. Okay, so I have been working on my Early Americans too, which I forgot to show. So we'll show that real quick. That's Molly Pitcher. That's the one I'm working on currently. I'm still working on her house. And I haven't gotten a lot done, but I wanted to share the little bit of progress that I made. As you noticed, I'm not sticking any previous pictures in this time. I'm just gonna go along. So there it is. I've started working on this side with the flag, the 1776. I still have the rest of the house to do. But I'm kind of getting off the house, working on other things, and then we'll go back. It's a lot of stitching involved in it, and I just got tired of it, so I said, let me work on another part of the design until I get, like I want to work on that again. And then, of course, this is the whole thing right here. I still have that middle I have to get done, too. This is another one I want to get done before the end of the year. So I have like 4 projects that I really need to get done with before the end of the year, and I'm not getting anywhere except for the stocking one, which is awesome because that was the most important one. But I still have the Early Americans, the stocking. I have Christmas garden, which I need to decide what I'm doing with the wording and then just get it done. And then the 4th one is Miss Christmas Eve, which still needs a little bit of back stitching, and then she needs to get beaded. So I don't know if I'm going to hit all these before the end of December. We'll see. I'm dreading the beading part. I don't know why. I just am. So I haven't really picked her up to look at her. So we'll see. I don't know. I I think that's it. I'm going to try to keep these kind of short because it takes a while to get them to, number one, to save as a video for upload, and then to upload it takes me hours upon hours. It takes about two to 2.5 hours just to save the video into a format that I can use on YouTube. And then it takes about an hour to 2 hours to upload it to YouTube. So it does take quite a bit of time away from trying to get this done and then uploaded within the same day. Okay, so that's it. I hope you guys are stitching on everything and getting your stitching set for the Christmas time. I'm sure I'll be doing other little ornaments and things because this time of year I really like to start a lot. I do have some already on the roll I showed last time that I haven't touched at all. So I really need to get on the ball with those and get working on them. So enjoy your stitching. Thank you so much for joining me. If you're brand new, I'm sorry. If you're brand new, hello. Thank you for joining me and subscribing. Again, I got another uptick in subscribers, which is awesome. It's really great to share my love of cross stitch and other crafts with you. And I'm glad you're here. If you haven't subscribed yet, the other thing that I noticed here, I'm going to start rambling before I go, is that, you know, in YouTube, when you're a YouTuber, you get analytics and it tells you how many subscribers you got, what percentage of the people that watch your channel are subscribers. And that's what I want to talk about. A little less than half of the people that watch my videos are not subscribers. So my question to you, if you're not a subscriber, why not? Leave a comment below. Don't be afraid. Tell me why you're not a subscriber, what you like or don't like about the videos, and what you think you would like to see in the videos. So if you're a subscriber, you can do that as well, but tell me you're a subscriber already. But I really would love to hear from the non-subscribers and tell me, I'm not subscribed, and this is what I like about your channel, or this is what I don't like about your channel. So it gives me an idea of what I need to change up to get more people to subscribe, because I'm getting a lot of I'm getting a lot of views. I'm just not getting a lot of subscribers. So I want to figure that out and figure out what I can do to get you to hit that button. So leave me a comment below. Let me know. Yes, I subscribe. No, I don't subscribe. This is why. This is what I would like to see. Okay. So thank you, everybody. I will see you again in 2 weeks, if Lord willing, the creek don't rise. And have a happy stitching. Thank you. Bye.